Hi everyone, today I shall be looking at the nexus between the act, intention, and transference in proving the case of sexual harassment in the workplace. In cases of sexual harassment, we examine three key areas: the act, intention, and transference. These aspects are deeply intertwined: the act, conduct, or behavior. This part focuses on the actual behavior that's seen as harassing. It could involve unwanted physical contact, inappropriate comments, or digital messages with sexual hints. The act must be seen as sexual and inappropriate by the person it's aimed at. The intention, state of mind of the accused. This part looks at whether the accused meant to harass or if it was a mistake. Some laws focus on how the victim feels, not the harasser's intent. This means an act can be seen as harassment even if there was no intent to harm but it made the victim uncomfortable. But the intent can show how serious or harmful the act was, like in cases of recklessness, negligence, or deliberate coercion. Transference, perception, and response of the accuser. Transference is about how the accuser sees the act. It's about their psychological or emotional response. It's about how the victim feels about the act based on their past sensitivities or trauma. A person who was harassed by a person from a particular race, tribe, sex, or occupation could be tempted to see a person who falls with his profile as a predator. Heterogeneity in culture and language must attract attention. For example, what is viewed as harassment could be complimented in other cultures. Connecting the three elements to prove sexual harassment, we need to see the act, the accused's intention, and how the accuser felt. No single part is enough, they all need to work together. An act without intent could still be harassment if it reasonably creates a hostile environment or breaks rules. Intent without an act, just thinking or wanting to do something, doesn't count as harassment. There must be a demonstrable act. Transference without an act or intent. If the accuser misinterprets neutral behavior due to personal biases or trauma, the case might not have enough evidence to justify finding anyone guilty of sexual harassment. But courts and workplace rules often focus more on how the victim feels than the accused's intent. They look at the pattern of behavior and the reasonableness of the claim to decide on harassment. They often fail to look at transference. An accused person also deserves justice. Any society that is committed to justice and equity must consider the act, intention, and transference in establishing a case of sexual harassment. This will assist in preventing the miscarriage of justice. Injustice anywhere breeds injustice everywhere. The weaponization of sexual harassment will not be in the long-term interest of society. In line with the iron law of responsibility, in the long run those who use power in a manner not acceptable to society will lose it.